Hello, Class 7, and today I'm going to be answering the questions that you asked me. You asked me some really good questions. I'm going to start out with a question from one of the students in class. I want to know why dogs can't take a bath every day. Well, there are a few reasons. Remember, just because our body should probably be washed every day, that doesn't mean all animals need to be washed every day. There are differences in animals' physical needs. So for dogs, bathing them every day would cause their skin to dry out, would cause them to become itchy and cause their skin to flake. And that's because bathing them every day gets rid of the natural oils that stop their skin from drying out. And it also, and by keeping those oils in, it actually keeps their coat, fur, which is their fur, nice and shiny. So, most veterinarians, that's a doctor for animals, recommend giving a dog a bath about once every month or so. So do not give a bath to a dog every day. All right, our next question. A student asks, where do plants grow? Well, here in our solar system, they just grow on Earth as far as we know. Earth is really the only planet that's not too hot and it's not too cold to support life. So our planet happens to be surrounded by air. It has plenty of water, gets plenty of sunshine, all things that plants need in order to grow. Now, here's the interesting thing. Some parts of Earth are very hot while others are very cold, but plants can grow in either type of climate. In addition, plants can grow in mountains, prairies, jungles, deserts, the Arctic even, where it's really cold, streams, rivers, oceans, even way down deep in the ocean where it's very dark. They've evolved or adapted to living in extreme environments. So, for example, deserts get very little water, but cactuses have evolved to develop structures that make sure small amounts of water get stored in them and nothing gets wasted or very little. Some plants need soil, others just need some water. Some get all the water they need from just the air. Some plants even grow on rocks. Who knows? Maybe on planets and other solar systems the conditions are right for plant life to develop there too. So we just don't know. We've never been able to explore them. Next question, somebody wanted to know, why is the sky blue? So, my first answer to this question is that actually the sky isn't always blue. Think of a sunrise or a sunset or a cloudy or stormy day. The sky can be all sorts of colors, but you probably already knew that. I guess you want to know why it's blue on a nice sunny day. Well, to understand that, we need to know that actually what we see as white light is actually seven different colors mixed together. And we see this actually when we see a rainbow in the sky. So blue light from the sun tends to get scattered more, which is why we see it as blue during the daytime. So standing on another part of the earth at the same moment, you would actually see more red light reaching you because all the blue light was already scattered away. So that's why sunrises are more often reddish than blue or orange colored, different colors. I know it sounds complicated, so perhaps this diagram will help explain it a little bit better. Okay, next question. Why is water wet? Well, again, I'm going to start by insisting actually that water is not always wet. Think about ice. On a cold day, unmelted ice is not wet. Also, think about the air. We can't see water in it, but it is in there in the form of water vapor. Of course, you're probably thinking about liquid water. Well, liquid is one of the three states of matter. So let's take a look at that in a moment. So furniture, so basically matter, I use the word, that's anything that takes up space. So think about furniture, air, um, people, really anything you could possibly think of. So basically, the matter's made of something called atoms. Here's a diagram of an atom. And what I want you to think about is that, uh, that, excuse me, pardon me, while I regain my train of thought. In a solid, basically, these atoms up here that we see, right here, are packed tightly together. So that would be a solid. And think about a shoe. They have a definite shape, it doesn't change. For a gas, atoms are actually far apart. So let's take a look at this diagram here. This is a gas. They bounce rapidly up against each other and really don't have any shape at all. They just take whatever shape, any container they have. Now, a liquid is somewhere in between. They're moving like this. They're kind of close together like a solid, but they're moving around like a gas. So it's somewhere in between. And they basically take the shape of the container they're in. They don't have a definite shape, just like gas doesn't. And the flowing nature of the liquid is what we usually think of when we think of something being wet. So that would be a liquid. And when it's a liquid, things get wet. There you have it. That's why water is wet. Thank you, Class 7. I enjoyed answering your questions.